Hello friends, my name is Kishore Panchal and today we are going to discuss strategic management. In strategic management, our today's topic is VUCA analysis and VIRO analysis. So friends, VUCA stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity. This is the abbreviation for VUCA. And VIRO stands for V for valuable, R for rare, I for immutable, O for organize. So this is VIRO analysis. So friends, VUCA is an acronym that stands for volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity. In this, a combination of qualities that are taken together characterize the nature of difficult conditions and situations. The term is also sometimes said to stand for the activities volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous. Volatility. Volatility refers to the propensity for changing from one stage to another under certain conditions. Volatile materials can dangerously explode, changing rapidly from stable to disorder. This provides another implications that volatile conditions are dangerous conditions. Another example of volatility is found in financial market, and the concept of volatility expresses the rate and amount of change from buying to selling and changing interest. The interesting things about the volatility is that even though it might represent danger, it can also represent opportunity. The point is this: volatility is good if you are seeking opportunities and bad if you are like predictability. So this was about volatility. Now the uncertainty. Uncertainty refers to the lack of specific information which can be found by answering specific questions. Asking what is the probability that will rain today? It is question that is an attempt to characterize uncertainty. Then complexity. Complexity refers to the number of components, the relationship between components. The normal layperson uses the complexity tends to oversimplify the scope of practical problems facing leader organizations. Complexity differs from complicated. A complicated issue can be understood by analysis and investigation beforehand. Ambiguity. Ambiguous language is a language that can be interpreted differently. Ambiguity is the cause of stress for many people, especially those who work in well-structured organizations, as the disorder implied by the ambiguity is not comfortable. People tend to avoid, ignore, or minimize ambiguity. The distinct nature of four elements VUCA can be further classified by visualizing this. As you can see, the low volatility, high volatility means there are changes, low uncertainty and high uncertainty. Further, we can see the low complexity, high complexity, low ambiguity and high ambiguity. Friends, VUCA is a condition that calls for a question, lot of them. Challenging questions that stimulates differing views and debate. Open-ended questions that fuel imagination. Analytical questions that distinguish what you think from what you know. In practice, the four terms are related. More complex and volatile an industry is, for example, the harder to predict and therefore more uncertain it will be. Yet all four represent distinct elements that make our environment, the world, market and industry harder to grasp and control. Friends, now VIRO analysis. VIRO analysis is an analytical technique brilliant for an evaluation of company's resources and thus the competitive advantages. VIRO is an acronym for the entails of the names of the evaluation dimensions, that is value, fairness, immutability and organization. The VIRO analysis was developed by J. Barney as the way of evaluating the sources of an organization. First, company's microelement, which are as follows. First, financial resources, human resources, material resources, non-material resources, that is information and knowledge. So this was the brief about VIRO analysis. Friends, what is VIRO analysis good for? VIRO is perfect for evaluation of company's resources. When you know your resources, can be better understand your competitive advantage or weakness. The VRIO considers for each type of resource the following questions called evaluation dimensions both for your company and for your competitors. The dimensions on VRIO are value, how expensive is the resource and how easy it is to obtain on the market, that is purchase, lease or rent. rareness. How rare or limited is the resource? Imitability. How difficult is it to imitate the resource? Then the organization. Respectively, arrangements. Is the resource supported by an existing arrangements and can be organized used is properly? So these now we will discuss how to make the VRIO analysis. VRIO analysis is a complement to the PESTEL analysis, which assess microenvironment. VRIO is used to assess the situation inside the organization, that is enterprise. It researches their competitive implications and possible potential for improvement in the given area for the given resource. Such an assessment is used for an example is strategic management of development in various areas or the decision making about the advantage of an external or internal process and the recurring services, that is outsourcing decisions. How to make an VRIO analysis? If the resource is not valuable, it should be outsourced because it is bringing no value to us. If the resource is valuable but not rare, the company is in competitive competitively. It means we are not worse than our competition. If the resource is valuable and rare but it is not expensive to imitate it, we have a temporary competitive advantage. Other companies will try to imitate it in the near future, then we lost our competitive advantage. If the resource is valuable, rare and expensive to imitate it, but we have not able to organize our company, the resource become expensive for us. Unused incurred cost. If we can manage the advantage and we are able to organize our company and temporary competitive advantage, it becomes as permanent competitive advantage. So friends, this is the VRIO model. Is valuable, is rare, is difficult to imitate. We have to answer these questions. Is the organization organized around it? So if we answer in yes no form, we will get the result. It would be the competitive advantage or competitive disadvantage, competitive equality, parity, temporary competitive advantage. These are some outcomes of this VRIO model. Again, this is the VRIO framework. We can see the sample test here. These are the different types of tests where we need to correct right or wrong. We need to put it and we will get the result. So in practice, VRIO analysis is also used in the combination with other analytical techniques to help organization management evaluate business resources in a more detailed view. For financial resources, there are many detailed financial indicators that evaluate the financial conditions or performances of the business from different perspectives. Likewise, human resource property for information, other are detailed indicators of other performance, efficiency and quality. The advantage of the VRIO analysis is simplicity and clarity. Friends, that's from my side today. Thanks for you.